Hello everyone. Today we are going to be ranking every plane in a tier list. So as you can see, we have 4 tiers, and I've uploaded every single plane in game to this website. So yeah, let's start. So there are going to be some planes that I don't have in game. I obviously don't have all of them. So I'm just going to do my best to try to rank them. And there are some planes like the F5, M3, and F100 that you just have to get, but I'm still going to rank them. So we start with the F5. I'm pretty sure, I know you have to get it, but it should be and probably should get, because I feel some people underestimate how good it is. It actually is a pretty good aircraft to use in like maps like Crimson Canyon or Stone Forest, where you're just dogfighting in the middle. I wouldn't recommend it for AS or PT, but for team deathmatch it's pretty good, especially with the special matched out, which is what I have. M3 is also going to be in probably should get. It's an absolute beast in PT, and with the special maxed out, which is also what I have, you just arrive there first using 2 of the boosts in your special, and then once you get the target and everyone's behind you, use the other one, you just get away. It's great on maps like Crimson Canyon and Icebound and stuff like that. I wouldn't recommend it much for Stone Forest because you don't have much cover, and M3's turn rate isn't the greatest, especially when you're going like 1,000 miles per hour with the boost. Mid 21, at its hanger level, it would be in probably should get, but I think overall I'm gonna put it in good to have, because you cannot do anything at higher level. You're just purely a short range aircraft. It's not like your turn rate's great. Your missiles are good, but you just run out of them. It's going to take you like 5 missiles, 4 missiles to kill a good heavily armored opponent that knows how to flare properly. Mid 19, it used to be. Why is it not coming? There. I think it's glitching. Yeah, it's definitely glitching. I did not mean to drag the A10. I think A10 should be and probably should have anyways. I'm planning to get the A10 next because I think, as I explained in my previous video, you can just absolutely max out the guns on it. And then, where was the aircraft I was trying to drag after? What was I? Oh, I was trying to drag the mid 19. Yeah. Mid 19 is in absolutely need for sure. What? Why does it keep on going there? Maybe if I scroll down and I put it. There we go. Mid 19 used to only have 4 beam riders, and they would do less damage, and you wouldn't have a third gun on the bottom. So it used to be one of the worst planes in the game, probably the worst. But now it's transformed into the best, and once you get upgrades on it and you just max out the damage, it's a great anti-interceptor actually if you learn how to snipe. Sniping is hard, but once you learn how to do it properly, it turns into an absolute beast. Mid 23, mine's only level 8. I think I'm gonna put it in good to have. Same with the mid 21. It's probably the best plane when you get it, but then after that it kind of just falls off. It like the range on the manuals is not as good as like the manuals on like the F16 and just the other manuals in general. And the gun, it's great, but against armored targets, you kind of just have to hold it down, and that's gonna like damage your own plane, right? Anyways, the F1 will go into I don't know. It's probably should get and absolutely need. I think I'm gonna put it in probably should get. It used to be an absolutely need when you got it, because the F4 you still have the 4 hunters and the 4 IRs instead of what it has right now. And then before it got the 4 hunters, it used to have 4 manuals, which is even worse. So yeah, the F4 is greatly improved. Then we have the F16, which is gonna go into absolutely need. It's an absolute beast. F-16 in AS is basically unstoppable. You have Dirt Turn Ray with Thrust Booster and Daredevil. It's amazing. I've got Thrust Booster, Daredevil, and Disruptive matched on it. And Faster Flares is on like level 2 or 3. I use Faster Flares and Thrust Booster for PT, just running away with it. One of the shorts I uploaded, it was F-16 with Thrust Booster and Faster Flares. I think the title of it is like Insane Capture in the F-16 or something. If you want to see how it looks like, you probably should go watch it. Anyways, JF-17. So many people say it's the worst plane in game. I don't know, I think it's kind of like mid. I'm going to put it in the tab. I don't personally have the JF-17 either, but I think it should be in the tab. The Drippin is 100% in absolutely need. I got the Drippin from the black market at level 8. Now mine's level 19. It's the closest thing I have to level 20, except for my F-16, which is level 20. I got Disruptives and Daredevil matched on it. And yeah, I really like those two. I mean, I can't use them together yet because I don't have my second mod slot unlocked. But yeah, F100 is also in probably should get because I mean in head-ons it's awesome. I wouldn't recommend it much for PT and AS, but in TDM it's good. Same with the J35. It's also pretty good. It's a great plane when you get it. F106 is an absolutely need now. Before it used to be worse. Why did it not go? Before the F106 used to be much, much worse. Now at least it's better. Because it used to only have 4 of the manuals, now it's got 6. And the external fuel tanks, right? It's also, as I said in the other one, it's probably the funnest plane in game. Vision is in Don't Waste Aircraft credits. I know it used to be a beast. It just absolutely deleted aircraft with the gun. But now I feel like after they nerfed the gun to the ground, it's not really good anymore. It loses speed incredibly fast when you're climbing up straight. It's not a really fast aircraft. The missiles on it are okay. The gun is great in a head-on, but otherwise it's just terrible. You know, it's like the gun has like a 1.1 mile range, which is obviously the furthest of any gun. But instead of looking at the range on all these guns, look at the ideal range, I believe, because at the max range, it doesn't really do much damage on the Vision. Even at ideal range, I will admit it doesn't do much, honestly. You need to be pretty close to the enemy to do some serious damage with the gun. It's like, I don't know, I played War Thunder, like 2 years ago, a year ago, and I kind of forgot what this is, but it's kind of like looking at, a tank shell? It's like looking at a tank shell's like standard penetration versus angled penetration. Angled penetration is so much more useful because obviously most tanks will have angled armor, but that's besides the point. I'm just saying for anyone that used to play War Thunder, like me. MiG-29 is probably going to go into Don't Waste Aircraft credits or Good to Have. I think I should go into Don't Waste Aircraft credits. I wouldn't recommend taking it past level 8 or like 10 or level 8 to 12 is probably the maximum. Same with J10. You can't really do much in the J10. At least the MiG-21 has 6 of those IRs. The J10 only has 4. And the manuals, I mean, they're decent. The special ability is kind of useless against good opponents because they're gonna be like, I just got a missile coming at me without any warning, and there's no missile coming at me on my radar, and no one's gonna fall for it. F-18. Some people like the F-18. I don't have the F-18 personally. I think it's gonna go into also Don't Waste Aircraft credits. It seems it's just like a mediocre fighter at everything. It's not the best. It's not the Vision, but a little bit better at least. M2K goes into absolutely need. Level 20 with upgrades. You can pull out the max firing time to 4 seconds, 3 seconds, and then you can just go around and then just delete people. also one of the few planes that the special and passive are both really good. The special is obviously good, and then you have a major flare problem on the M2K, but because of the passive, you can just, because you get Jordan kills very often in the M2K, right? So you can just get flares back from that. There's only like an 11-second cooldown. Doesn't even feel like 11 seconds actually. Rafale is also an absolutely need. With the special, I don't have the special on it yet. Mine's like level 9, but the Rafale, I know that the special is really good against interceptors, obviously, like the J20. Like, no one can touch the J20 otherwise, but the Rafale definitely can because of the infrareds, obviously. And you can use the special against the J20. Like, once you get the special maxed out, I believe, it's like the special is activated for 10 seconds, and the cooldown's like 13 or something, 15. So you only have like 3 to 5 seconds between specials, and you can activate it again at the J20, you know. F4, when it used to have the 4 manuals, I would normally put it in like good to have, but now it definitely deserves to be an absolute need. You can do pretty much everything. You can dodgefight a bit, obviously, because of the special. You can stay alive because of the passive. You can do head-ons with the rockets, long range with the hunters. You got speed, you got maneuverability, you got health, you got a pretty good gun. I mean, what else can you ask? F-35, I don't have it yet. I'm gonna have to put it in. Why is it not moving? I think I'm gonna have to put it in don't waste aircraft credits, actually. It doesn't really seem like a standout fighter. It's probably the best fighter in the world, in like the real world, but in game it's probably one of the worst. Vision is the worst. 100% Vision is the worst. And then probably after that J10, and then F-35 probably. I mean, even the F-5 is better than the F-35, probably. I know some people, I don't know if you guys watched the YouTuber K9 Stargenai. He just made a video about how bad the F-35 is. I think like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And then FGR4, I'm probably gonna put it in, probably should get. It's a good plane for AS, obviously. Mine's level 7. But in TDM it's decent. And I guess in PT it's also pretty decent, so I'm gonna put it there. TF-21, I don't have it yet, but it seems like an absolute beast, so I'm gonna put it in absolutely need. ADVs, no less, absolutely need. ADV is just such a good all-rounder plane. I think Cypher, another Metalstorm YouTuber, made a video about it today. With upgrades, I showed you guys my upgrade build. It just is insane at everything. You can play anti-interceptor, you can play dogfighter, you can play like a semi-aggressive sniper. You can do so much. C-27, I didn't get the C-27. It's like an F-18, but slightly better. So I'm gonna put it in good to have. F-15, I'm gonna put it in probably should get. It's speed demon, but otherwise it's just okay. Su-30 is also gonna be a good to have. I mean, it's like the ADV, like the jack of all trades, but master of none. Except the ADV is probably like almost a master at all of them, almost. The Su-30 is nowhere near a master. Su-33 is also gonna be put in here. All the flankers, most of them are pretty mediocre. Same with the F-18, Su-35. I don't have the Su-27, Su-33, F-18, or Su-35. I mean F-18F. I don't have any of the F-18s actually. And I feel like the Su-35 is probably over there as well. Su-47 is a probably should get. Mine is at level 2 or something. I haven't really used it much because I've been focusing on my other planes, you know, with my Gripen, getting it to level 20. But it seems like a pretty good plane. F-22, I'm gonna put the F-22 and Su-57 in an absolute need. I obviously don't have those yet, but they seem like pretty good aircraft. I know other YouTubers did these tier lists as well. I hope I'm not just copying them plane for plane. Probably not, but if I am, sorry. F-111 seems like a good to have. Main problem with the F-111 is like, you know, Rafales and stuff, where you they just jam you constantly. Or like TF-21s where you have the drone and you fire some, and you have drone and maybe even ADVs now. I know the ADV got nerfed, the decoy. Honestly, I don't really care about the decoy nerf much. It's still a beast. And then the turn rate was a little bit awkward, but with upgrades you can probably bring it back up to par. And yeah, mid 31 seems like a good to have. I mean, not seems like, I do have the mid 31, and it's pretty good. I wouldn't recommend it for AS. I wouldn't recommend it for AS. Maybe PT if you have faster flares and level 20, but otherwise probably not. F14, I'm gonna have to put the F14 in absolutely need, just because whatever. Just because, wait, did one of my planes get moved down? I don't think so. Okay, it's fine. Just because when you get the F14 at like 10 to level 11, your other option is the mid 29, and the mid 29 is obviously terrible. Also, is it just me, or at handle level 10 and 11, is it like a crime to get the F111 over ADV? I know that at that stage you don't really know too much about planes at handle level 11 and 10, but just on the stats on paper, how do some people get the F111 over ADV? And I feel like they might have just made the worst choice in their Metalstorm, their Metalstorm career at that time. ADV is infinitely times better than the F111, as far as I've heard people say. And same with the F14, it's so much better than the mid 29, in my opinion. J20, I think I'm gonna put it in probably should get. It would go in absolutely need. Like, you know how it used to have four radars, and then it got buffed to 6, and it got nerfed again to 4. I think when it had 6, it would go in absolutely need, but now it's in a probably should get, probably. Yeah. A4 is another absolutely need. With the passive, you kind of have like immunity to all types of missiles. Well, not immunity, but like like a lot range deficit kind of, because when you're near terrain, which is where you should be in the A4, to not be wide out in the open, you get like a terrain confusion kind of. I believe that's what it's called, and enemies with radars have a lot range. Well, like I said, lock range deficit kind of, and then you also have the engines which don't produce as much heat, so you have the IR range is decreased as well. A6, I don't have the A6, but I know some people like it, but I think I'm gonna have to put it in don't waste aircraft credits, because it's a purely short range. It's the only plane in game without missiles, and I guess it would be good for TDM, but otherwise, no, not really. Actually, I think I'm gonna move it to good to have. I mean, it's good in TDM, I guess. But some of these other planes, like the ones that I have and don't waste AC, aren't good at anything. Su-25 deserves an absolutely need. Su-25 just a beast at level 20. GR3, it used to be a beast. It used to just absolutely delete other aircraft with the rockets. Now, I have the GR3 on my alternate account. I think I'm going to put it in, probably should get GR3, yeah. Su-34, I think it's going to be put in good to have. It's the highest level attacker, I think, yeah, 100 level. And, it's got 4 IRs and some nice rockets and a good gun. But I feel it's kind of a target from behind a lot. Su-22, I have the Su-22 on my alt, and it's also going to be put in probably should get. Maybe absolutely need, but I don't think you really, really need it. There is a way to kill a Su-22, surprisingly. Yeah, I know they're extremely annoying to kill, but especially with the special, actually. So you cannot kill them from head on. You cannot kill them from behind with the special. So you can either come from the side, obviously, but it's going to be hard to stay at a Su-22 side without coming behind it on after it. The way I prefer to do it is to come from above, actually, at like a slight angle, so then the guns cannot reach you, and you can still get the kill while being like behind it. So kind of like on his 6 o'clock high, not like directly behind. And yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, I wanted to say something with the what aircraft did I want to say? Oh yeah, the F1. The F1 is actually really good at PT in Stone Forest actually, because once you get the target, like not a first runner, which is like, you know, as soon as the game starts you go ahead like the M3, but if you have like a second runner or a third runner that goes in, the F1 is really good because you can just wait behind there. Whoever comes close to the target, you can kill them with your guns, and then once you get it with the special, so everyone's gonna start chasing you, right? So then you just activate your special, and you get to like 1,000 miles per hour, and you just speed into the, no, not the middle section. You cross like that open section, and then you go into the another like the crowded rock pillar section as well. But yeah, that's it. I think this is my opinion. Not, I mean, I know I used other people's opinions for the aircraft that I don't have, and if you would like to give me some recommendations for which aircraft I should get next. Maybe you guys think the A-10 is not very good, but I don't know. Just leave a comment or something. And I've already told you guys which aircraft I don't have and which ones I do. Yeah, that's it.